And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And that's the kingdom of heaven when Yahweh Shai comes back to return and destroy Babylon, which is the fourth kingdom, which is the rebirth of the Roman Empire that we're living in right now. Which is the dragon, the whore that sits upon many waters, the vision of Daniel and Ezra that he's seen of Rome, which is America all over again, which came back into power because Esau came back into power after the Renaissance, 1300s, after the rebirth, 1400s. The rebirth of who? The rebirth of Esau, Edom, the rebirth of Satan, coming back into power. The Lord said that he will be loose for 1,000 years.
That deadly wound was healed.
And that deadly wound was healed was through what? Was through America.
Yeah.
You know? Because a lot of these Edomites that come out of Europe, you know, that's their mother.
That's right.
Their birthplace is Great Britain, Europe. They're up in there, up in that region. Yeah. And they've came and they migrated over into the north, to the northern hemisphere, and put the northern tribe into captivity. And now they established America, what they call it now Babylon, what we call, according to the Bible, Babylon the Great.
That's right.
Which is going to be destroyed. But it's going to be destroyed when Yahweh Shai, in World War III, when Yahweh Shai comes back and gets ready to destroy this place, be left to other people. Wow, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
So much as thou seest the stone was cut out of the mount with our hands, that it broke in pieces the iron and brass, the clay and the silver and the gold, and the great power have made known to the king which shall come to pass hereafter. In the dream it was considered, and in the imputation therefore be shorn. And that was it. And that was a dream that Nebuchadnezzar had of all those kingdoms of the heathen that shall rule in the latter time. And we're at the foot, which is it. And that stone that was cut with our hands was representing Yahweh Shai to destroy all the remnants. Still present. It's still present in spirit. They all embodied America all in one. And that was we're at the foot, which is the miry clay and the iron, which is still the fourth beast, the last kingdom that's going to arise at the end. And after, when it's thrown down, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established, and the Most High is going to gather us up, deliver the nation of Israel, give us the spiritual bodies, the covenants, all the blessings that we've been looking for in earnest and for since the beginning of time. And then I'm gonna get this.
Now let me just go. Before you do, let me try to read this right now. This is Jeremiah 16, or Jeremiah 10 and 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And that's talking about Yahweh Shai. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. And that's what we're going into. You know what I'm saying? It's going into about the inheritance that we're going to get from being under Yahweh Shai. Because it's Yahweh Shai who is the reformer of all things. Right? We just been adopted into it. You know, we get the trickle down effect from Yahweh Shai, but that trickle down effect is so vast. You know, it's an everlasting flow of greatness, man. You know, that flow never stops. Okay? That's why the Lord said a portion of Jacob. And who's that portion? That's the elect. The 144,000 is that portion. Okay? The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai of hosts is his name. That's all I just want to bring that up.
Yeah, this is Daniel 8 and 17. So he came where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid and fell upon my face. But he said unto me, understand, O son of man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision. And in that time, the angel Gabriel gave Daniel the understanding of the Roman Empire. But now, right, we speak that what's the time of the end for us? It's America.
America, that's right.
It's
Babylon, right.
Babylon the Great.
That's right.
It's America. That's the end of the time for us, you know. But let me go ahead and jump to Habakkuk. It's Habakkuk 2 and 2.
Alright, that's nice.
2 and 3. For the vision is yet for a appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tell you wait for it, for it shall surely come.
That's right.
So in that vision that we were looking for is for the Yahweh to return. And for the Most High to deliver us from this captivity.
Hey, but it's speaking.
Yeah.
It's speaking through the plagues, through the pestilence, you know, through the diseases that's going on this earth, through the slowing of the system. It's, you know, hey, shit. It's speaking through the stars of falling out of this, falling down, man. How many so-called elite of Jacob, right? That was under Esau. They've been put to death, man. How many of them dying, man? That dude Ezel just died, man, when he was like, what, 50? Or something like that? Like 50 something? 50 and 55, between 50 and 55. You know what I'm talking about, Ezel? Dude from, played on Friday.
Yeah.
First Friday?
Yeah,
Man, you know, Jake died young as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Get put to death quick.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston, Patty LaBelle, you know, not Patty LaBelle, fucking Aretha Franklin was older. But, you know, so many of them, Michael Jackson, all the Prince, all these motherfuckers, all these great, Kobe, all these great people from, hey man, they dropping like flies, man. So it's speaking.
Yeah.
That's the way that we know that it's speaking, man. Because we watch the signs and the times, man. We standing on our tower, okay?
This is back in Daniel 8 and 17. So he came near, and where I stood, when he came, I was afraid and fell upon my face. But he said unto me, understand, O son of man, for at that time of the end it shall be the vision. And in that vision now that we're seeing is America upon Israel with great wrath, Alexander the Great.
Antiochus Epiphanes.
Antiochus Epiphanes. Yeah, to speak about the Greeks.
Yeah, because he the one that didn't come down.
Yeah, because Alexander the Great was that goat. Yeah, was that goat.
Yeah.
You know, in that realm was King Darius III.
Yeah.
That ruled in the time of Babylon.
That's right.
So lucky on that. But back to the point on where I was going to. This is Revelation 17 and 1. There came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show thee unto thee the judgments of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, whom the kings of the earth colored and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and the abomination of the earth. And I saw the woman drink with the blood of the saints, and that's us, the nation of Israel.
That's the death, man.
And I saw the woman.
It's like when you talk that mixed with the blood of the saints, man. That's the death, man.
Yeah,
how many of the elect has been killed off in this fucking land?
Yeah, a lot.
You know.
Because Israel represents the elect as well, but there's the elect of the elect.
That's right. That's right.
And I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the ministers of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with her with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Where doest thou marvel? I tell thee the mystery of the woman, of the beast that carried her, which has 7 heads, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Whoa! Which is great.
Yeah,
that's it.
And that which beast was yet, but was dead, which was Rome.
That's right.
Because the 7 heads and 10 horns. Yeah, the 7 heads and 10 horns go back to the Roman Empire. America. That was because it was once a great nation. Which started with the Roman Empire.
And now that yet is.
Started with Augustus.
Yeah.
So Augustus Caesar. Because Augustus Caesar, he ruled for a long period of time. He ruled for 40 years. He ruled out a majority of all the Caesars. Then you had other sieges come after that, follow after that.
There was his nephew or something.
Yeah, you had nephews.
I can't remember.
It was a seed line, like I said a minute. Same thing with the Greeks. You know, with Alexander Greek and his 4 generals.
Yeah.
It was a dynasty of men that came into power that was ruling. That was and was not yet is, and there is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains or 7 governments which the woman sitteth on, and there were 7 kings, 5 have fallen, and it was the others not come, and when he cometh, he must continue for a short space, which was what the Roman Empire, because they only came for a short space. The other kings came into power, the other kings fell. Yep. And that goes right back to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, when you read that. Because you had kings that literally only ruled for only a year. Literally only ruled for a year time, fell and came back, fell and came back. It was a constant waning. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and the other is yet come, and when he cometh, he must continue for a short space. And a beast that was in his right now,
that's right,
which was Rome, that went in perdition.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And the 10 horns which thou seest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as of yet, but have received power as kings 1 hour with the beast. And that's what we now wanted to America. Right now we're going to what? The new Rome.
They get the victory, they get the sweets.
Yeah.
You know.
And these have one mind, and shall give power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For is there the lords of the kings of the kings,
right,
and that they are with him are called the chosen and faithful, the elect.
That's right. And
that's how we know that the great collective battle is soon to come. Which, speaking about the American, what's going to be taking place in the rebirth of Rome, the 2nd Rome, which is America. Because that's how we know, because of 10 horns, the 10 kings. So if we know that if we know it's talking about 10 horns, and the 10 horns, which are 10 powers that shall rule, it's a separate kingdom. It's a separate establishment that's going to come into power. Because the one already fell and it went into perdition was the Roman Empire, and we already know that the eight kings represented the 8 kings represented the 8 powers of Rome, the 8 kings of Rome, which are recorded in history in the history books. Like I said again, you had the first, you had Julius Caesar, Augustus Caesar, you know, you had Domitian, Titus, you had all thou seest, in the walls without seest, where the war sitteth on our peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou seest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make war and desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
That's right.
For he hath put their minds to fulfill his will, and do and agree and give the kingdom unto the beast, unto the worlds, and agree to give their kingdom unto the beast until the worlds of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
Woo!
And the woman which thou seest is the great city, which ruleth over the kings of the earth, and that's America. Right. But soon the NATO, Great Britain's going to turn upon America in these last coming days, right, and they're going to make war with her, and they're going to utterly burn her with fire, and that's the upcoming brother, World War III, right, the War of Armageddon. That's about to take place right now. That's going to stir up all the nations against America. That's going to stir up nations against the Babylon the Great.
And that pot being stirred right now. Yeah. You know, the Lord's stirring that thing up right now. That's why there's so much hell and turmoil going on with Iran, going on with Russia, going on with the Israelis, going on with all these little attacks that they're going through now, man, overseas. They all gonna be called up to Yahweh Shaphat, the Valley of Decisions, man.
And this is Revelation 11 and 14. The second war is past, and behold, the third war coming quickly.
That's right.
And that third war is the third world war that's going to take place in our time right now that we're living in.
That's right.
We're not far away from. I'm gonna get into Revelation 9 and 12 as well. One woe is past. Well, first woe is past.
Right, that World War I.
And behold,
that
there
Hitler?
cometh 2 wars
Yeah.
more after. And it's World War I, World War II, and now we're coming into World War III, which is going to take place right now. Like I said again, it's going to literally devour the whole world and destroy America.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is Daniel. I'm reading Revelation 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and under her and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Was speaking about the nation of Israel.
Yeah. 12 tribes.
And she being with child, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered, which was speaking about Mary, because Mary was in birth with Yahweh. It's going to speak for itself. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, it's like it. And she bringeth forth a child travailing in birth, pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads. It's like having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And the tall dragon in the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them into the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to deliver her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her children was caught up unto the Most High and into his throne. And that's talking about Yahweh Shai. That's how we know, because
But that dragon,
the dragon was
that was Herod.
Yeah, that was Herod. Yeah,
That's right.
That dragon was Herod because Joseph had a dream to
right.
go back into Egypt, because Herod wanted to kill all the first. But you can read that in Matthew the 1st chapter.
Right.
Wanted to kill all the firstborn of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
And that was chasing. And that chase that was the birth child was Mary.
Yeah.
She was birthed with the son that was supposed to rule all nations with the rod of iron, which is Yahweh Shai. And his tail drew the third part of the stars in heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, to deliver her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her children were caught up to the Most High and to his throne. And the woman flee into the wilderness, which was Egypt. Flew into the wilderness, and where she had been placed and prepared for the Most High, and should flee there 1,200 years, 60 days. Wait, hold on. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared for the Most High, and she should be fed here and there for 3,203 square days, which is America now.
Right.
But we're being fed, and we're being with nourishment with this word. We're being nourishment, because how we've been nourishment was through this word of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. We haven't not been nourishment with this knowledge until now we're getting that subtlety, that that nourishment from on high. Neither was there place found anymore in heaven.
When did that take place?
That takes that place now, right now, in the new Roman Empire, in the new Greco-Roman Empire, which is America, which is America.
That's right.
And prevailed not, neither was there place found in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. That's what it says. Oh, that old serpent called the devil and Satan.
That's right.
Which deceiveth the whole world. It was cast out into earth, and the angels was cast out with him, which is his army, his military might.
Yeah.
And I heard the loud voice in heaven. Now it's come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of our Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, Esau Edom, which accuses them before our power day and night. And they overcame them through the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death.
That's right.
And therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye earth that dwell therein. and of the sea, and of the and the devil is come down unto you, having a great wrath, because he knoweth that he have a short of time.
That's right.
And when the dragon saw that he was cast out to the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. And that goes right back to Genesis, when you speak about the woman and the serpent. There should be enmity between her seed and thy seed. We know women can't raise up seed, but it's speaking about the war between Israel and Esau, Edom. That dragon, that serpent, that's gonna always want to persecute the nation of Israel. And that was it on that. When the pit I was edifying through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I want to give all praise to Alvin Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, and Kadash. The bonds been to the elders and apostles, gave us talk to the spirit with that. Shalom.
Shalom.